Why speed in heat treatment is the new competitive advantage? Today's episode is with my colleague Grzegorz Głuchowski, and let's start. We live in times when everything changes from week to week, even from day to day. There are many things we cannot control, like tariffs, like war, like global and political situation. But there is one parameter very important and critical today. It's reaction time.
Yes.
Why does speed matter in heat treatment?
So I can give you two real-life examples from our customers. One example is that when our customer landed a new big order, but he didn't have a furnace to start the production with. And it was, of course, a problem for him. No reaction time. Second example was when our customer was delaying the scheduled maintenance plans.
Okay.
He kept going with production, and unfortunately the furnace broke down, and it really was not an easy situation for him. Because
so you mean broke down and several days or weeks without heat treatment?
Yes.
Yeah? And production is waiting.
Exactly, production is waiting. And that's, of course, a situation we all want to avoid.
So you mean the existing furnace is working worse and worse day by day, week by week, but no time for reparation because of production pressure.
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah. Furnace stops and there is a big disaster.
Exactly. But there are ways to solve it.
If you already have a furnace, what you can do to be faster?
You can run to start it up.
Okay.
And you can, during the heating up stage, you can use the convection.
Okay.
Here you can see the convection flaps, and you can use the convection segment to heat up faster.
To make more efficient heating up to 750.
Exactly.
More or less.
And you need to know when to stop the heating.
One moment. We can reduce the time by 30-40% using convection.
More or less.
More or less. For typical tool steel.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. And of course you need to know when to stop the heating, start soaking time or the further segments of the process.
How to do it?
To do this, you can use load thermocouples. So you can connect up to even 15 load thermocouples.
You can use load thermocouples to avoid overheating. Yes.
Yes. You can.
Or wasting energy for heating.
Exactly. You can calculate an exact amount of time necessary for the parts to be heated up and soaked.
Okay.
On the basis of the load thermocouples.
Load thermocouples you mount in the load inside, and we can connect it to the control system and control the time to make it more efficient.
Yes. Two load thermocouples are always connected with the PLC.
Okay. And what's more we can do?
What's more?
To make it faster, the process faster.
Well, to make it faster, we can quench the parts faster.
Okay. How to do it?
To do it, we can use a high pressure gas quenching.
High, what do you mean by high?
By high, I mean even up to 25 bars.
Okay.
As standard, this one is for 15 bars of nitrogen quenching. And it is a very advantageous for the parts, because you avoid oil quenching, you avoid contamination, you do not need to wash the parts after quenching.
Okay. So another time reduction.
Another time reduction.
Cost reduction.
Yeah, you save a lot of time and you save a lot of money cutting down the technological steps.
Today we talk about speed, so to reducing the time of delivery your parts, you can use gas quench, avoiding washing after. Am I right?
That's true.
Perfect. What if you need to start the heat treatment but you don't have enough capacity?
It's very simple. You can buy a ready-to-go solution, furnace off the shelf, like this one.
So you don't need to wait for the production. What does it mean?
You don't need to wait for the production. We can pack the furnace quite fast and ship it to you, so we can start immediately.
You mean like this furnace or exactly this furnace?
I mean exactly this furnace. This is one of the furnaces that we built on stock, and this is the only one that's left.
Okay, so interesting. So in this case, you can buy time.
You can buy time. You can buy a lot of time.
Now I need to ask you about details, how much time we can reduce. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
So, how long the furnace build take?
Well, the answer is very simple. It depends.
Of course.
It depends what type of furnace we are talking about, and basically we can divide the manufacturing on many different steps. One of them is design.
Yeah.
Second one is manufacturing and sourcing all of the crucial components.
Key factors in manufacturing.
Yeah, so the hot zone, the vessel of the furnace, control cabinet, which is not yet here. Then we need to assemble everything, test everything, check for quality, and start it up for the FAT tests. And depending on the furnace, it takes from 26 weeks to a year or more.
But standard furnace, 26, we can assume.
Yeah, standard furnaces takes between 26 and 30 to 34 weeks.
We talk about speed. Why this furnace is, let's say, speed?
Yes, this furnace is a definition of speed in heat treatment world because it's ready.
Okay.
It's our standard design that has already been proven in a variety of different situations and applications. So the design is here. As you can see, the vessel, vacuum vessel, is also here. The hot zone is also here. The heat exchanger is inside. Most of the sub-assembly is also here. We are waiting for the control cabinet, and then we test the furnace and it's ready to be shipped.
So it means that this is something for the people, for the companies that has no time for waiting 26 weeks for the new equipment.
Yes, even for this size of furnace, standard delivery would be around 34 weeks.
Okay.
At this time, with the amount of work that
As
we have.
we can see, we are full. Yeah.
Yes,
in the
we are full. That's a fortunate situation. But still, we have this one on stock, and it can be shipped very fast.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. So, time is money. We are finishing our today's episode of SECO Talks. It's a call for action. If you are in a need of heat treatment furnace, let us know and we'll find a solution.
See you next time.